Not trying to figure you out like a puzzle. I need to know that you still like me.
When I'm walking in public, I'm going somewhere, I'm standing tall, my shoulders are back, my head is held high, and I'm just confident.
Says, like, can you serve me a plate? I'm like, do your hands not work?
Is exactly what I'm talking about. Women have devolved into either do nothing or manipulate.
I know how to clean. I know how to cook. No man ever says that when we all know those are basic tasks of being.
Ladies, what are we doing wrong? Something wrong. Something is not right. My messages on everywhere telling me that they do not want to be in a relationship because they choose peace. Ladies, what are we doing wrong? We have to be doing something wrong. Something is not right. Because I have men in my inbox, on my messages, on everywhere, telling me that they do not want to be in a relationship because they choose peace. They chose being alone and being peaceful than being in a relationship with a woman because all we do is cause drama and we nag and all these things, all the reasons. Or a lot of them had been burned before. So, like, we know that whole story. Like, been there too. So, that works on both sides. But, like, what exactly? I feel like in a relationship, a woman should be the one to bring peace and bring comfort and,
Nope.
like, at the end of the day, be that person that a man can come home to and, like, feel comfortable in himself and know that, like, he's loved at home. So, what is it that we're doing or not doing that they're saying these things? I don't know. It blows my mind that these men would rather, like, be alone. And I don't know, maybe it's that they're dating younger. And no offense to any of the females on here that are in, like, the younger age bracket. I just know personally when I was younger, like, in my
The first thing she does, right? She knows the problem. She knows guys have better opportunities with the younger ladies, right? First thing she does, throw them under the bus. My front too low, wasn't developed. Watch this.
20s, even into my early 30s, like before I had kids and stuff, there was always a little bit of drama that happened in relationships and things like that. But now being 42, like, I want peace too. I don't want to come home to arguments and nagging and, like, all of that stuff either. I want peace too. So what's happening? Somebody fill me in because I'm lost. I am, like, seriously lost.
That's crazy. She wants to pick up the troubles of a man, right? And she's coming with children. See, a lot of times, men, they'll have children, but you know what? They may not be in the man's immediate care, right? Because the mother wants the kids for child support or something of that nature. You guys already know what's going on. But what are we doing wrong? You already have kids. You're 42 years old. That's what you're doing wrong. You're aged out of the date market, lady. Your time has come.
Your time is up.
Nonchalant and that they're not very expressive. Because I am not trying to figure out like I'm not trying to figure you out like a puzzle. I am not trying to figure you out like a puzzle. I need to know that you still like me.
Yeah. They Mr. Nonchalant didn't work too good, right? That's what happened. Mr. I don't need a girl didn't work too good. Cause she's a gorgeous. You look at her and go, man, those green eyes, you go, girl, you're beautiful. But the reason, what I'll tell you what happens, because girls go from I need a man that's mysterious to I don't know if he likes me, right? Because that's what happens. These girls, for so many years, wanted a guy that didn't like them. They get older, 29, 30. I need a man that likes me. Well, it's too late. Your time is long past. You've created men, molded men a certain way. So you get what you get, ladies. I mean, I'm sorry. The game you created is the game you're playing in.
But I've been told a couple times, like, I look mean, I look unapproachable, I look real serious. And I'm like, okay, so this is why men aren't like really approaching me, because the way I look. I'm like, okay, cool, I get it. But I mean, in reality, although those things may be true, I do have a naturally looking mean face, but I am pretty serious. Like, I don't have time for games. I'm not out here, messing around, playing around. I'm not doing that. So I am serious. I have goals that I want to achieve in my life. I'm a mother. I'm responsible. I'm mature. My mindset is completely different. So I don't know, maybe he knows that he's not going to be serious with the woman. Maybe he knows, like, okay, I'm picking up on her aura, on her energy. Like, nah, she not to be played with. And I also feel like it's my confidence. Like, when I'm walking in public, I'm going somewhere, I'm standing tall, my shoulders are back, my head is held high. I'm just confident. I'm a confident woman. Like, can't nobody take that from me. So I feel like the confidence that I exude sometimes might intimidate a man. I don't know. But what you think in the comments, and what's your thoughts on this? I want to know.
No, it's not what you think it is. Right? Your attitude, you say you're looking mean because you don't play. Well, you don't play, right? You did it all on your own, had your kids, raised your kids. And what happens after a while? You ladies don't realize it. You start to look like a man. That's what's happening. Walking around with the mean face, that's how I walk around all day. Like I don't play. I don't play. She sound like a man, right? She explained that like a man. Yeah, that's like me. I could be like, yeah, man, I don't play, so I always look upset, but I'm not. That's something I would say. You should be all sweet and dainty. I'm sorry. However it was back in the day, it still should be that way for you. Men want ladies that are feminine and delicate, not hard. And you're hard. Miss David Gonga's over here. Stay hard.
Or why chase a bill? Okay, there's a lot of drama around the word chasing. And there's also two different sides to this, which I completely understand. A lot of people want polarity. But if you're always going Dutch and you're always equalizing everything, you're always keeping score, making sure everything is 100% balanced, then you sacrifice.
No. Men are not always going Dutch. Men are always going Dutch with you. That's a you problem, right? Ladies are out here. Guys are taking her to dinner. Right? What's going on now? The way date market is now, guys are like, okay, how quick till I get some? But with you, they're going Dutch.
Polarity and you sacrifice passion. So that is not necessarily the path forward to create the type of dynamic that you want. At the same time, I do not agree with women in particular objectifying men and viewing them as a wallet. I think that's horrible. So in the same way that women are on guard about being used, I completely understand why men are on guard about being used or being exploited. Too much irritation around the word chasing. I like to think about this like inspiring men. Because when men are inspired to do things, they experience joy, and it actually creates a fun, pleasurable dynamic. But this is why we go back to the conversation of feminine magic is a dying art. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Women have devolved into either do nothing or manipulate. And that's not good for anybody. But being able to inspire men, now we're talking. Because then it gets to be fun. It gets to be satisfying. It gets to be enjoyable. It's not coming from a place of fear or pressure or anything icky. And you don't have to sacrifice polarity at the same time. Anyway, I know that not everyone is going to practice these skills, but I just feel strongly that there's another way. There's another path forward.
Well, you know what? There is another way. And I tell men all the time the way, but it's not the way that you're thinking.
Just saw someone say that the dating advice given to women that is like, don't text him first, don't double text, whatever, is eerily similar to the advice of don't speak unless spoken to. And she compared it to, she said it was like managing your behavior to be desirable to somebody else. And then I saw somebody in the comments saying, if my attention is going to scare him away, I want to scare him away. If my interest in him is going to scare him away, run then.
The other day, my mom and dad were chit-chatting how I don't have a boyfriend, and my dad was just so like perplexed at that. Like, our daughter is like beautiful, you know, like she's so hardworking, like she has all the characteristics, but like no tiene novio. Mom goes to tell them it's because of how we raised her, which is a good thing. She goes on to tell him that you cook and cleaned their entire lives. You would drop them off at school. Like, you iron your own clothes. Like, never once have I asked you to pick up your socks, to clean the dishes. Like, you do all that on your own. And yeah, my dad does all that all my life. So when a guy says, like, can you serve me a plate? I'm like, do your hands not work?
So entitled, so spoiled.
And then my mom, like, literally right now, she's at the park with a couple of friends bike riding. And I tell her, Mom, you're so lucky, because there are some women out there who ask their husbands for permission to go out and hang out with friends, but you tell dad, hey, I'm gonna go do this. And you know what my dad did yesterday? He brought out both his and her bike to see which one would be more comfortable for her. He adjusted the seat, he made sure the brakes worked, he looped up the chain, he made sure like everything was just set for her, and he mounted a bike rack on her car. We all wish you had that. My mom literally found one that does everything himself and was like, you're mine.
He's doing all that. That's why she didn't leave. He's a yes man. He's a yes man. If a man is not a yes man nowadays in the West, he doesn't last in a marriage. So him being a yes man, she probably had other guys say, let's digress. Let's go past that.
I don't know if I've heard a lot of people talk about this, because I feel like I haven't, but as someone who is still in high school, a senior, I think it is pretty insane how normalized it is to be in high school, whether you're 14 through 18, and the boys our age, I can't even say men because they don't act like men, yet they want to be respected and treated as men, but they can't ask a girl out on a date anymore. Instead, they add them on Snapchat.
Wait a second. So you want guys to talk to you, and you just said they act like men. They're not men because they don't talk to you. You had two lips on your mouth. No, but I'm not a man. You just said men are men because you see guys you want to sleep with, but they're not men because they're not talking to you. These ladies, man, switch the brain, switched off.
On Instagram, DM them, whatever, get their number from a friend, pick them up in their car, go for a drive, and make out for however long, 20, 30, 45 minutes. I think it's crazy that that is the norm, because either men or women, I respect myself. Okay, as a man, you should respect yourself. As a woman, you should respect yourself. And I highly respect myself. And I can't even pretend to meet up with someone and go make out with them. Yet alone these girls and these guys do this literally 10 times, 20 times, 30 times. I know countless of people.
Yeah. You're gonna have a hard time until you're ready. Because the way you're talking, you sound like a lady that's not giving it up yet. And you'll have an easier time when you start giving it up, right? Because girls now, back then and still now, are very young. It's not okay. It's not good. I say everyone should wait till they get married, but that's what's happening. And you said it without saying it. I commend you for that, though.
Where I live that just have kiss counts that just exceed what I thought
Kiss
was normal.
counts.
And I have a very low kiss count. And I just think it's crazy because I am 18 years old and I don't think I've ever officially been asked out on a date. Maybe once or twice. Maybe.
All right, I'm gonna skip past this video. Young girl. I hope you see this video. You probably will because I'm reacting your video, so you may see my video. But if you do, it's not kiss counts. Girls are racking up body counts. You're 18. I'll tell you this, right? Don't get wrapped up in, oh, let me just focus on school. You do need to worry about having a man, and you do need to worry about certain things, but it's wild. Like the advice I would give, your parents would be against, right? I would tell you get something where you know you're gonna be okay, especially that you're around that age. Because nowadays, if you look at the internet, what's going on? Yeah, college is good to have a degree, but to make sure you get something that you're going to make money in, or get yourself a man, or get yourself a job that you're going to get money in. What I'm going to say, I'm going to say this in so little words. Start getting your experience now. Seriously. Because I see the turmoil every day from ladies struggling. You're worried about men, but then later you're going to be worried about a job. And it's wild because you're wrapped up and everything going on, but you're going to go into the same road as every other lady that's come before you in the past 10 years. You know what that road is? That road is go to school, maybe get your degree, get out, chase your career, then, hit 30 years old, then decide you want a man. And then after that, no man, or you get a man and you get married, you take that way, you get married in college. But I say this, do focus on a man, but don't be too fast. Actually, you being a virgin is a good thing. Hold your purity tight because it's valuable. I will tell you that right now. Your purity is valuable.
That said an elite man is just an average woman. And the whole comment section was like, yep, yes, sis, period. And I'm opening up. I'm like, what makes an elite man? And they said, has your own space, cooks and clean for yourself, and you're financially independent. You don't depend on others. And also you have when the was that elite? Like, we start all these unnecessary gender wars, and it's rooted in just wanting to feel like you better than the other gender. The CIA work from home, bro. They don't even have to go in the office. They can just chill on their computer because we just having these conversations unprovoked. Like, it's like a joke.
But it's wild because it's not on the men's end. It's on the women's end, right? Look, this is how men see. That average. What ladies brag about, the average woman is doing. It's average. Men nowadays are picking up skills. That's elite? Question mark. Who decided that? Look at this next one. LMAO. Elite men have rosters of above average women usually. Not saying rosters are good, but more that women struggle even making an elite man faithful to them in the first place. And I'm not talking about the average ones. Yeah. It's sad because so many ladies don't realize they're average. Actually, most of you average. I know you may do this. average. It's sad that most of you are going to be sad because you're just average. Stop it. Get some help.
Ordinary man is literally just an average woman. Oh wow, he cooks, he cleans, he communicates, he's emotionally intelligent, has a job, is reliable, amazing, best man you've ever heard of in your life, right? Name one woman you know who's done all those things.
Yeah, nice try. This isn't really going to work in this scenario. So for those who don't know, John Cannon just recently made a video where he's talking about one of the hardest lines he had ever heard his friend say was a woman who was going on a rant about how I pay my own bills, I do this, I do that. And he's like, your biggest accomplishment will be being an average man. And I think this is like the girl's rebuttal, but the reason why it doesn't work is because no man has ever bragged about the accomplishment of, oh, I'm good at communicating, I know how to clean, I know how to cook. No man ever says that when you ask like what makes him a valuable male. Like we all know those are basic tasks of being an adult. But on the contrary, we hear the opposite said by women all of the time. They're saying, oh, well, I pay my own bills, you know, I have a job, I go to work, I do this. And like the girls literally name this thinking like that makes them special. And that's the ironic part because that's just being an average male. Also, the way she goes on to explain, oh yeah, like an average woman cooks, cleans, is emotionally intelligent, good communication skill, has a job. No, that's not true. If you think the average woman has good communication skills and has a job, that's not true. Otherwise, we wouldn't be in this constant topic of you guys freaking out over having to.
Yes, actually, men are very good communicators, right? Why? Because we kind of get right to the point. We do. We don't give a song and a dance. You ladies can tell stories all day. We're, hey, what's up, bro? I'm doing this. You want to go? Oh, yeah, I'm going. Boom. Point blank. Get straight to it. The best communicators ever.
Go 50-50 or go on a coffee date. These are the same group of women that use the line, I'm just a girl, whenever they do something incompetent and unadult-like. These are the same group of women that constantly say, well, if my dad does this, my boyfriend should do this, not understanding the difference between your boyfriend and your dad. Also, she says at one point that the average woman is reliable. This is the same group of women that we've seen like 6 different married women coming on this app talking about how their husband was perfect. Oh my God, he's amazing. But I don't know, I'm just not feeling it. You guys are so reliable. Because if you can find me any clips of a man coming on this app being like, guys, I know how to cook and clean. I know how to emotionally communicate. I know how to do this. I'm such a high value guy. Then I'll give you $10 for every single post that you find me. But I could show you at least 20 different videos of girls just naming different relatively normal adult male tasks that they need to do and thinking that that separates them from being different than any other adult woman. So maybe possibly if you're getting the same experience where you're getting men who are literally children, don't know how to cook, clean, they don't know how to communicate, they don't even have jobs, this is the normal experience for this girl, maybe it could possibly be with the way that you present, you just have really bad options. But that's just my opinion. But hey, what do you think?
Yeah. Sorry, ladies. You know, and I see it a lot. Especially with ladies from the community, they put on every man what guys in the hood are doing, and they go, "Oh, like I saw this one post. Oh, black men, they're all, you know, something like that, struggling, saying things like that, like as if she was putting on every black man what black men do in the hood." And I gotta say this. There's even black men in the hood that don't do what black men do in the hood. I repeat, there's black men in the hood that don't do what black men do in the hood. So the guys you're talking about, maybe 20%, 30% of black men. Most black men aren't in jail. I just thought I'd throw that out there. Because, all of y'all locked up. Like you see so many things. But of course, they're talking about on a deeper level. But I'm talking about it on a minuscule level because that's the brains. It's very minuscule.
Date their type. Stop it. It's not happening. I'm not just dating one specific type of woman because you holding all this insecurity and you just feel like you just got to be your man baddest bitch. You can't fathom or comprehend the idea of another woman catching your man up. That's some insecure shit. Real shit. Now, honest, only women be obsessed about dating their exact physical type. Like, man, don't be caring about that shit. Are you dating this?
Men date whoever we can get, and a lot of the men have a lot of, we like variety. I do. Not all men, right? I don't like variety anymore. I'm married, but you know what I'm saying. Even before I did everything. I was like, oh, I gotta have a black. No, that wasn't me. There's a lot of guys like that. Oh, gotta have a black sister that like this and that. No. I didn't care what my family said. I didn't care what Joe Schmo said. I dated them all.
Man, he your exact physical type, but he's stupid. He your exact physical type, but this nigga don't have no emotional intelligence. He your exact physical type, but he don't have no self-awareness. He's not trying to grow, not trying to go nowhere, don't have no plans. He just want to be in the streets and waste time. But this is what you go for? It's like y'all don't even understand how the logic goes behind it. And this is why y'all relationships suck. Straight up.
See, and he talked about the minuscule brains. That's what I was talking about. Now you guys see he connected it. He connected it. It wasn't connected to the other brother, right? But it was connected to what he was talking about. But then think about it. All ladies are on a minuscule level. I love you, but the brain is switched off.
Why do you think that the highest educated group are black women, but they also have the highest amount of debt? Why do you think that? It's because the only option for them is to go to school. They probably have to work through school, so they have to take out loans. They can't afford school because, our parents don't have accounts or 401ks that they can just pull our college.
And this is how relationships can actually cause too much, right? Or a marriage. You know how much debt they have? Also have the highest in debt, right? They rack up debt. I saw a lady had 800,000 in debt, college debt, credit card debt, loan debt. I said, man, so if a guy marries that, let alone a lady get married to you, she's thinking about how she can get out of it anyway after a couple of years, right? It just doesn't make sense. It's not worth the risk.
College tuition out of, our parents worked really hard to even be able to afford us something, and their parents worked really hard to be able to afford them something. So, and that's probably likely not even the case. Most of us are coming from broken homes because of institutionalism or drug addiction that floods our communities. So we are pretty much
See, they think that's all. Whatever they're going through, everybody's going through, but it's not true. It's just that small community, the small hood that you're in. And there's people in the hood that are not going through that.
starting from a negative, while the three women that you see on there, I think it was three women that are a part of the Walmart family, they're being born into the Walmart legacy. We're being born into poverty-stricken neighborhoods. We're being born into oppression. Like, how do you expect us not? I mean, the fact that black women are the highest educated in this country, but I will bet my last dollar that 80% of the women on that list don't even have a college education, and they are the wealthiest women in this country. That says a lot. That says that they had options and we didn't.
Does anyone else feel like they're absolutely drowning financially? As a single 29-year-old woman, I have 3 jobs, and I'm still struggling, and I'm just getting myself farther and farther into credit card debt because I don't have enough after the first of the month to avoid using it.
First things first, this is what I want to get out the way. Being an adult all the time is not fun. I'm pretty sure you watched your parents go without to make sure you had. I just want to say sometimes it's food over lashes, it's lights over lipstick. You're not going to get everything you feel like you deserve. I was reading something on Forbes, and it says how women are in debt at alarming rates and in so much debt compared to men. And I wanted to find out why. Because I personally feel like men are more emotional than women. And if their emotions aren't uncontrolled, it results in death. So I did my little research and I came across something called the lipstick effect that's shooting up as of right now in 2023. Things increase. You can also read this here. I'm going to explain the lipstick effect. Where things increase, the beauty industry goes up. and it happened during the Great Depression. When everything got so expensive, instead of the beauty industry dropping, a lot of people, lash techs, nails techs, everything went up. Now, modern day is lash techs and nails tech, but back then it was lipstick. The lipstick sales shot through the roof, right? What is trending right now amongst women? It's cosmetic surgery. So cosmetic surgery is our lipstick. When things get hard, women go out of their way to make sure they look extra good to land a provider man.
No. That's just y'all being ridiculous and over consuming, which men realize costs too much.
Y'all told black men that they had to have money to holler at you. That's why they don't want to go to college. College is the long play. College is 4 years, then sometimes an additional 2 or 3, sometimes an additional 5 or 6, depending on what career field you choose. Y'all told black men they got to have money right now. So they're not thinking about 4, 5, 6 years down the road.
Well, I'm going to stop it there, right? Because it's not just that. It's not just that we have to have money right now. It's that men know that most of the time, college doesn't work, right? I've never been to college. I'm happy to say that. Why? Because I do well for myself. And it's not just from YouTube. I did well for myself before I was on YouTube making money. And I was here in the Philippines, right? So, and people give me offers all the time. Now, how did I do that? I got it out the mud. Men saw getting out the mud, you actually get more money. And what did we do? Like, for instance, I said, I'm not going to college. I'm going to develop a skill I know makes a lot of money. I went to sales. Smartest decision I ever could have done in my life. You have other men that go into other trades. Men are doing things where jobs will always be needed. Why? Because that's us playing the long game, the smart way. And we made the best decision ever. Did you know you can go to jail and get a trade and come out and become a plumber? Become an electrician? So even guys that are in there can come out and get a trade. Men play on a different ball game, and you can make a lot of money in those trades. But you ladies will never respect it because you don't understand it. But other than that, I just want to thank y'all for watching. Be sure to subscribe. Peace out. See you next video.
The Iceman is coming!
Winter is here.